Hey folks! Welcome back to the You Want Pizzazz channel. My name is Kes, and today you're going to be learning how to create this neat Google search bar type-on effect. Now before we dive in, make sure to download the assets in the description below. Once you've done that, go ahead and open up After Effects. So here I have a 1920 by 1080 composition with a white solid background. We're going to start off by going up into our rectangle tool and holding it down to provide some more options. We're going to select Rounded Rectangle tool. Now for the color, I want you to double click the Magnifying Glass PNG because we're going to take this color right here. So I'm going to go to my character panel and I'm going to use the color picker tool to pick up this color. If we take a look at it, you can see that this is the color code right here. I will also put this in the description below for your convenience. I'm going to go ahead and copy this color code. Go back, and then with my rounded rectangle tool selected, I'm going to change the stroke to this color. And I want you to change the stroke to 6, and then go ahead and click and drag to create the shape. You can hold down the space bar to move the shape around. I'm going to shrink it to about this size, like that. And I'm going to align it so it is right in the middle. I'm going to rename this shape layer Search Bar Outline. And then we're going to go ahead and open up the contents. Right here you want to adjust the roundness. So I'm going to change it to 60 to give it a more rounded look. We're going to go ahead and drag our magnifying glass onto the composition. We're going to hit S to activate the scale, and we're going to shrink it down. And then we're going to use our selection tool to just move it to the left side of the screen. Now you might need to make this bigger or smaller depending on the text. You can adjust that right here with the size. You want to unlock it, and then you can move this to adjust the length. Now I'm going to select my horizontal type tool, and I'm going to click on the screen. Now type in a question. I'm going to highlight the text by hitting Command A, and then under the character panel you can adjust the font and the color. I'm going to go with Helvetica Regular, and I'm going to change it to a black. I'm going to shrink the font down. And then I'm going to use the selection tool to move this up. Perfect. I'm happy with that. Now with the text layer selected, I want you to go into Effects and Presets. I want you to search up Typewriter. And you can apply the effect by double-clicking it. With the text layer highlighted, hit U on your keyboard to show all the keyframes, and you'll see that there have been 2 keyframes that have been made automatically. If you hit play, you'll see that it animates on screen. You can adjust the length by dragging it further apart or closer together. I'm gonna go for around here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I'm going to select the pen tool. Make sure that fill is set to none and that the stroke is set to 3 pixels, and change the color to a black. And then we're going to make a point here by clicking. We're going to hold down Shift, and then we're going to click another point, and we want to make it about the same length as your letter. You can go ahead and manually adjust it to make it longer or shorter. Now we need to animate this line so that it goes with the text. This will be a little tedious depending on how long your question is, but we're going to start here at the beginning. We're going to hit P on our keyboard to activate our position keyframes, and then we're going to move over frame by frame. You can do that by holding down Command and clicking your arrows to go back and forth. For PC users, that is holding down Control and using your arrows. So I'm going to go to the point where it's just before the W. I'm going to make a keyframe for position. I'm going to move over 1, and then I'm going to move the line so that it goes right after the W. I'm going to keep moving over until right before the H. I'm going to copy this keyframe and paste it so it's right before the H. I'm going to move over a keyframe, and then I'm going to move the position so it goes right after the H. Again, we're going to slide over till the next letter appears. We'll go back right before it. We're going to copy this keyframe, paste it, move over one keyframe, and then slide it over. And you want to repeat this for all the letters. Okay, go back to the beginning and hit play. Now some finishing touches. Let's go ahead and drag these keyframes to about here. We're going to select the cursor and hit T on our keyboard to activate the opacity. And then we're going to make some keyframes to make it blink in and out. So we're going to start at the beginning, make a keyframe at 100%, move to 10 frames, change it to 0, move to 20 frames, change it to 100, and then we're just going to keep going back and forth. So let's take a look. I'm going to highlight both layers and hit U to show all the keyframes. I might actually start it around here and delete these keyframes and just drag these keyframes back. And then we're going to have the keyframes blink again right here. The blinking cursor, I think it could be a little longer. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the blinking cursor, go into transform. We're going to unlock the scale here and we're going to make it a little longer like this. The final touch is to add a sound effect for when the typing begins. So let's start right at the beginning here. We're going to click and drag our sound effect that I got you to download. And then we're going to stop it as soon as the typing stops. I'm going to make a cut here by hitting Command-Shift-D. For PC users, that is Control-Shift-D, and go ahead and delete that. And then I'm going to boost the audio to about 10 because it's a little quiet. And that's pretty much it, folks. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to the You Want Pizzazz channel for more videos. I hope you have an awesome day, folks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!